Alrighty, hey guys, Blood Moon Bobby here. Sorry the broadcast is starting late. The Nintendo Direct has already begun, and guess they're showing off gameplay of Luigi's Mansion on 3DS, which I have Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube, so I'm not really getting. At this point, I was kind of hoping if they were going to release a Luigi's Mansion port, that it'd be released on the Switch instead of the 3DS. Again, it's not that I'm hoping and hoping the 3DS dies, because I really enjoy playing 3DS Mario Kart 7, Super Smash Bros., Metal Gear Solid 3D. It's a ton of fun. By the way, it's coming out on October 12th. But, with this, it's just how, well, not just Nintendo, but any game company works. When new hardware comes out, its predecessor kind of fades away into history. It's not that you should take your 3DS and just throw it out the window. Even I play mine every once in a while. Like I've been playing some Super Smash Brothers for 3DS while I've been waiting for Smash Brothers Ultimate to come out. So let's see if Ross will join us. I sent him an invite. He did say he didn't guarantee he'll be here, but we can still talk. My iPhone is like low power mode. Hold on a second. I gotta get up. And there was a Yokai Watch game showed off, which I don't really care because I just find Yokai Watch to be really cheesy and just not for me. It's kind of like Pokemon with a really bad sense of humor. I remember watching there was like a clip from Yokai Watch on Disney XD, and they were like, oh, one of them turns into Leonardo DiCaprio, and I'm just like, just stop. So what's this about Splatoon 2? Yes, I know about the Splatoon 2 starter pack. A bunch of squids, Splatoon 2, version 4. Ironically, after playing a lot of games like Doom, Wolfenstein 2, and Saints Row the Third, like I've been playing a lot of shooters lately, even I'm kind of considering getting Splatoon 2. Although, weirdly enough, my sister played the original. She used to play a lot of the original Splatoon on the Wii U, but she stopped because she said that the players from Japan, not saying, Japanese people, I'm not being racist, but she said that a lot of the players from Japan were very tough to they were very tough opponents in that game. But I don't know if I'll give it a shot, but I'd be definitely willing to check it out. I mean, there's just so many games coming out this holiday. I mean, I guess you could say it's like Nintendo's version of Broketober. The not angry video game, Angry Joe term, where he talks about all these really cool games are coming out in October, and you're going to be buying them all, and you're going to go broke. It's like in the case of Nintendo, it's more so. It's not that the games are all coming out in one month. It's more spread out. Games like Dark Souls Remastered, Smash Brothers. I'm probably forgetting some people may even consider Let's Go Pikachu, but I'm not going to be getting that. Splatoon 2 version 4, Mega Man. I think this is Mega Man 9, which I downloaded Mega Man 11. I downloaded the demo, but I haven't gotten a chance to play it yet. I finally had the courage to play continue Doom's campaign. Like I'm trying to get really analytical when it comes to playing all sorts of games, and I didn't even know you could take out. There's like one of the demons in Doom that instead of shooting it with the rocket launcher, you could just take this thing out of its chest, feed it, and it'll kill it. And it's just like, it's the kind of thing you only find out when you see people playing it. But I don't know. I guess I'm just stupid like that. Yeah, so I'm not sure if Ross is going to be joining us today, unfortunately. Mario Tennis Aces, new update. as somebody who's not into tennis games in general, I kind of wish there was like a demo for Mario Tennis Aces I could try out. I'm not going to spend $60 only because there are plenty of other games from Nintendo and third parties I want to try out. I want to save the money for to play. You know, like I said before, I'm considering getting games like Super Smash Brothers Ultimate and what was that? Dark Souls Remastered, which I think is going to be more a game my sister plays. She's getting hooked on Dark Souls 2, which is on PlayStation now. So I guess we'll just have to be playing. We'll just have to roll with this Nintendo Direct as if Ross isn't here. If he joins us, I'll let him in. I mean, anytime, is better than no time at all. So version 2 update, Mario Tennis Aces is coming out September 19th. If you want it. The arcade classes, Capcom Beat 'em Up bundle. It looks like Final Fight. King of Dragons, Captain Commando. That's the realm. So basically 5 Capcom games. The other is Warrior, Fate. Oh, 7 games actually. Which I'm not really a kind of fan of these like 16-bit games. I mean, I'll play them, but it's just I think I'm going to save my money to get some other games. If you're into it, it's cool. Or just not for me. But okay. Yep, looks like Super Mario Bros. U is coming to Switch. I actually have New Super Mario Brothers U for Wii U, so I'm not really sure if I'm getting this. I mean, it's fun. I suck at the 2D Mario games again. This is what happens when you're born in 1996, and by the time you're 5 years old, the Nintendo 64 is on its way out, and GameCube is on the scene. I've definitely played my share of 2D Mario games. I like them. I played New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I actually got really far in the original New Super Mario Brothers for the Nintendo DS, but as with all Mario games, regardless of 2D, 3D, coming out January 11th, oh, Nintendo, why? Hey, it should have come out this holiday season. This week. Is that Katamari? The king of all oh yeah, I think my sister's gonna like this. It looks like Katamari. You got the guy. Katamari. Oh, I can't see the name because my chat bubble clears. Boy Boom Bobby tab is in the way. But yes, it looks like we're getting a Katamari game on Switch. My knowledge, the Katamari series hasn't had much of a presence on Nintendo systems. Let me know in the comments down below if it has, because I don't really recall. Like, I often associate the Katamari games with being on, like, the PlayStation consoles. But yeah, it's definitely really cool. I mean, Katamari is like, and look, I'm a half Japanese guy, so I'm not being offensive. I'm just like, it's kind of like this. When I think of Japanese quirkiness, I think of the Katamari games. Oh, it's coming out in winter. So yes, the Katamari games where you're playing a character, running around and rolling shit up. Yes, it's coming to Switch this holiday season. So yeah, I'm definitely. I mean, I guess it's not the biggest surprise because the Katamari games aren't like super AAA games, but it definitely looks like a lot of fun. I think my sis almost got the Katamari game for PlayStation Vita back when we were using our PlayStation TV. Okay, so they're talking about Nintendo Online, which after that announcement that they're about the cloud saving, where not all games will be supported, my opinion for Nintendo Switch Online, it's just kind of like giving me bad vibes, and that, yep, it's typical Nintendo being behind the curve. of the of online. I mean, Nintendo's online services, at least from like I would say the 3DS onward, they work okay functionally in terms of getting the basics down, but in terms of the extra features like being a competitor to things like Xbox Live and PlayStation now, I mean, PlayStation Plus is just kind of eh. So yes, you can play NES games online. Stupid itch on my shoulder. Play Ice Climber, which I suck at Ice Climber. I don't know why. I just can't get the jumps down. Like, you would think it's so simple. Okay, just get to the top of the mountain. But like every time I play, just fall, and you have to see, I think, Popo crying, and it's just like, yeah, I'm crying inside. I'm trying not to cry. And that's it. Oh, okay, so they're not talking about cloud saves. But will it save every game? And they're not saying if every game will support it. So I guess they're trying to hide that they're not going to fix it. In fact, I'll definitely check Nintendo's website after the Nintendo Direct is over, because that was one of the biggest bummer things, is that they're not going to be cloud saving every single game, because Nintendo is like, oh, we don't want people that play online multiplayer to go back to when they were on a higher spot in leaderboard. Like they basically just want to make it hard for the cheaters, which is ironic because I've heard from a certain YouTuber with cucumbers, and even Ross was saying this in a prior live stream, I think on my Blood Moon Bobby live channel, where he said that, oh, well, a lot of the data is, a lot of your online data is saved internally anyway. And in the case of like the PlayStation 4, and I'm pretty sure Nintendo will let you do this too, you could actually just re-download your cloud data anyway. So, yeah. So it's just a really stupid thing. It again kind of just tells me Nintendo doesn't. I don't want to say they don't know what they're doing, but it's kind of like what happens when you're trying to introduce somebody, namely like your parents, to online technology, and they start having concerns about a certain feature, but really they're just overreacting to it. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of a thing. It kind of reminds me of how like my dad doesn't understand social media, and he's like, Facebook is only a place for child molesters. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I just think it's just a case of Nintendo just being unnecessarily paranoid, even though I'm pretty sure their engineers or whoever's working on Nintendo Switch Online can tell their bosses is, oh, hey, what, NES looking controllers that can actually attach to your Switch. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I mean, it is cool, but it's just like, okay, I mean, it's cool, I guess. But anyway, let's see what's coming up next. Yeah, let's go Pikachu, let's go Eevee. It's funny enough, Pokemon's one of those franchises where I get into more so the characters, mainly the Pokemon, the human characters, like everybody says, are just kind of stagnant. Like Ash is the typical, I'm gonna catch all the Pokemon in the world. And hey, I watched the anime when I was younger or two, so it's not that I hate Pokemon. It's kind of a franchise I appreciate for reasons that like it's not so much for the game, but just the idea of I like the different Pokemon. They're designed really cool. In fact, I used to be really obsessed with Piplup, although still to this day, if I was a Pokemon trainer, or you'd see me carrying around my iPhone 7 and playing Switch, but I would also be carrying a Piplup, like he'd be my starter Pokemon. But as for the games themselves, like when that Pokemon RPG comes out, I'll definitely be picking it up. I'd probably play it myself too, even though I suck at RPGs in general. Hell Hath New Fury on Nintendo Switch. You know, the thing about Diablo 3, and maybe you guys can educate me in the comments, which please do so, because Diablo 3, it looks deceptively interesting as somebody who doesn't really play, like, MMORPGs. Like, it looks interesting. I'd probably end up picking it up. But just, why do I have this bad feeling? I'm gonna pick it up. I'll play it for a bit. But if I want it, but a lot of the hardcore RPG features are gonna go over my head, you know? So I'll definitely give it a shot. Like, I don't like dismissing things just because it's a genre game I'm not really good at. But, but yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if my sister's the one who ends up playing Diablo 3 the most. And it's coming November 2nd, which is cool. Super Mario Party, okay. So yeah, at least we're getting a release date for Diablo 3. I kind of wish we got a release date for Yoshi, but since it's coming out in 2019, maybe Nintendo isn't going to announce details today unless it's coming out in the spring. But yeah, it's funny how like the one game I'm like I really want a release date for is Yoshi, because I actually Yoshi's Woolly World was kind of like, I would say, the last surprise I got on the Wii U, because it looks like a game I really wouldn't want to get into, but when I realized, oh yeah, it actually kind of plays like Yoshi's Island, I actually really liked it. If anything, it's so funny how like Mario is like the really popular platformer, but in terms of like which platformers I like to play, I actually prefer playing games like Kirby and Yoshi, mainly because they give you, you know, a life bar. Whereas in the Mario games, when you get hit, you shrink, but if you get hit again, you die. You know what I mean? So because the Mario games run in that sort of classic three, you know, three lives, then you die sort of way. What is this from Game 3 to RPG or JRPG, I should say. Okay, pretty cool. Or whatevs. So let me. I gotta get up again to charge my phone. I don't want to die. But anyway, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right before the stream, I had a bit of a scary situation in terms, because you guys may know I actually picked up the iPhone 3GS, and there was this fucking stupid method where you dial an emergency number, but you quit immediately. And when I tried it, you know, I dialed the number, and when I quit, it wouldn't go back. So I started thinking, oh no, it's actually. But it's just like, but as of right now, you know, nobody's showing up to my doorstep, so I'm not in trouble. But it's just like, oh boy, what is this? And then next happening. That's not the game that's not the first game they showed off at E3, was it? Like, remember during E3 they showed a sort of mech based game, which for some reason was the opener of the. It looks like it actually. Some reason the gameplay reminds me of Zone of the Enders, since you know you're flying around as a mech, shooting things and flashing the shit out of them. Although it seems to be in more of an open, not an open world, but like in a more open environment. Like the battles don't look nearly as intimate. And it looks interesting. Somebody's like, is this Evangelion? And I'm just thinking, if this was Evangelion, where's Shinji's scream? Oh, Yoshi's Crafted World. Thank you for. I mean, Yoshi's Crafted World is kind of a corny name, but it's better than. There was like this stupid week where apparently they were going to call it Yoshi's Flipping World, which language. I mean, granted, Yoshi's Flipping World is a better title than Yoshi's Fucking World, but still, like, really, I've never expected a Nintendo title to be a play on a swear word. Not that there's never swearing in Nintendo games, but you know what I mean, especially for a game like Yoshi, which is meant to be a game for all ages. Yeah. I mean, you know, it's very interesting gameplay. It really does remind me of Yoshi's Woolly World. The main difference is you can actually flip the stage to access different areas, which is really an interesting mechanic. Interesting. I'm sounding like Baby from Star Wars. When's it come? Spring 2019. So okay, looks cool. I mean, I'm definitely picking it up since Yoshi's Woolly World is over. What's Top Gaming? What's this? Asmodee Digital. I notice everybody is like Animal Crossing for Switch, which I would say, you know, it's funny enough. I sound like I'm one of those people that scoff Animal Crossing. Like I know Animal Crossing gets a lot of hate because, you know, it kind of looks cutesy, and Shokio once said you just run around town doing nothing. But I have fun with Animal Crossing. I played actually today. I think I actually owned every Animal Crossing game. I noticed I play the portable ones a lot in particular. Like I used to play Animal Crossing Wild World on DS and Animal Crossing New Leaf, which my sister is the mayor, but if I could, I would like to start a little resistance, waving a little flag. Sibling rival. The town gets split up into two. Whoops, sorry. Ross is contacting me now. Elder Greatest Empire on Nintendo Switch. By the way, for my camera viewers, I noticed that one of my first photo editor when I worked on a college is saying that he's thinking of upgrading from the Nikon D750 to the Z. What did he say? Did he say the Z6 or the Z7? Z6, Z7. Yeah. Me personally, since I have the D7000, I'm probably going to get some. I would love to get the Z6. Me personally, the Z7, you know, I mean, yeah, nice pics, and so I think it had 45 megapixels. But me personally, as somebody that does both, like, you know, as somebody who likes to do both portraiture and landscape, but I also need that speed for things like, you know, sports shots and photojournalism. Like very recently, I actually just photographed a cross-country race from my old high school. Starlink Battle or Atlas. Which, if you guys remember, they showed that game off at Ubisoft's E3 conference. And I remember Yves Guillemot gave Shigeru Miyamoto this figurine. It looks cool, like kind of like your typical space shooter. And yes, the Star Fox characters are going to be in it. That's why Miyamoto popped up at Ubisoft's event, E3 event earlier this year. Which, even though I did buy Assassin's Creed 3 for the Wii recently and realized that Assassin's Creed is a much different game than I realized, I kind of have mixed feelings on Ubisoft in terms of financially supporting them buying their games. Because if you guys remember, there was that guy who was allegedly a disgruntled employee of Ubisoft saying that workers are very underpaid and you make very little money making games for them, and if you have to delay a game, they'll fire some of your developers. Which, is it true? I don't know. I believe it only because I know in the corporate world, it's almost like slave labor, especially for really ungrateful companies like Ubisoft and Konami. So I don't really know. Part of the reason, I should judge a game for what it is. I'm not sure about picking up Starlink is only because it's just kind of your typical, space shooter, like Ubisoft's take on Star Fox. At least on the surface, maybe there's something in the game that makes it new and revolutionary. So it sounds like Ross is too busy to join. So I'm sorry, I don't think Ross is going to be able to join us. Warframe is coming out November 20th, which I played the PS4 version of Warframe, like the beginning of it, which there's that like narrate, there's like somebody who's helping you out who's like a snarky bitch, and I'm just like, it's just like, okay, you can help me, but don't be so nasty about it. It's just, maybe I'm just sensitive, but Warframe's definitely fun. It's much more of a hack and slash than a shooter, at least in the beginning. But I definitely remember on the PlayStation 4, it played really smoothly. I mean, it's probably going to play like 30 frames per second on the Switch, which I personally don't mind. Like a game like Doom surprisingly runs really well for a 30 frames per second game. I honestly kind of forget it. That isn't until I need some help with Doom on Switch and I watch somebody playing it on the PC and it's playing at 60 frames per second. But as long as it runs smoothly, that's all that matters. So definitely really cool that Warframe finally has a release date. It is being co-developed by the same people who ported over, or the guys who ported over Doom and Wolfenstein 2 and Rocket League. The guy, the company Panic Button, which are all supporting over Doom Eternal to Switch. But given that Doom Eternal seems to be a long ways away, they probably won't talk about it. But I'm still really pumped that it's coming to Switch. I actually have a really fun time playing the Doom multiplayer matches. Like every night, I always try to see if I can get into a match. Like, and now I know what it feels like to have that sort of multiplayer addiction, unfortunately. And Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicle is coming. Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition HD. It's just like, geez, what is with people that are like, give me Animal Crossing? But, I mean, okay, cool, Final Fantasy. As somebody who doesn't really care for Final Fantasy games, I'm really, if they announce that something like Final Fantasy 15 is coming to Switch, like the actual one, like I know they just said that the Pocket Edition is coming to Switch, but if like the full-fledged game is coming to Switch, then my mind is totally going to be blown. I personally won't get it, but as for, since, what was that game that Octopath Traveler was a surprise success? I'd honestly like to see Square Enix bring over Final Fantasy 15. Maybe not so much for me, but just for people who really want more JRPGs, and somebody who's looking for AAA JRPG is definitely going to be really excited if Final Fantasy 15 comes to the Switch. Final Fantasy 12 is coming to Nintendo system, so I guess you could say maybe Square is still going down the safe route of we're going to bring over some of our older games, nothing super recent, but just to test the waters. And I kind of feel meh on it. I mean, I know people play Final Fantasy 12 even in its twilight, even when, the PS3 and what's going on? Ooh, Final Fantasy Literally 7, 9, and 10-2 are coming to Switch. Albeit not that remastered Final Fantasy VII, which is taking forever and ever to come out on the PS4 and Xbox One. And what's this? A Super Smash Bros. Version of the Nintendo Switch dock. You know, I don't mean to sound like a brat, but it's just like, why don't they like make like special editions of the Switch where they put the Smash stickers on the actual Switch system itself? The one where, you know, you take your Switch everywhere. The dock is just something you put your Switch into, that sounded really crude, to plug into your TV. But at least you'll be getting Smash Joy-Cons, which look all right. Comes out November 2nd, yet the game comes out in December. The Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Switch version comes out November 2nd. But since the game itself isn't coming until December, they're just basically selling you a Switch. You know, it's like, here's a Smash Bros. Version, but you're not getting an early access copy. I mean, I'm not saying they should give you an early access copy, but it's just like, why don't you wait to launch it when Super Smash Bros. Ultimate comes out? I mean, I guess, yeah, they'll... Oh, Animal Crossing, is it coming to Switch? No. Did Isabelle have a computer in the last game? You should take a break. Keep going. And my video light is blocking the center of my TV. Well, I wish. Maybe I should be near instead. When am I keep it together, Isabelle? Or is Isabelle coming to Smash? The guy who never shuts up about how your mailbox is full. Is this Animal Crossing or Isabelle is coming to Smash? I wonder what it is. Man! Isabelle and Smash. I mean, not that it's a bad. I mean, it's really weird sounding thing. Isabelle being in Smash. But it's just like, oh boy, I feel like because everybody in the Nintendo Super Chat is like Animal Crossing for Switch, and it's like, oh, it looks like we're gonna give you Animal Crossing, but we're just adding Isabelle to Smash. Chee! But I mean, okay. I hope you'll cheer me on. Cheer you on, but it's just like we thought that Animal Crossing was gonna come to Switch. Oh, Tom Nook wants in. Does he want to come? Somehow I always pictured Tom Nook would be coming into Super Smash Brothers as I scratch my chest embarrassingly. I see that Isabelle has joined the fight. It makes me so proud when my friends are out there and try new things. And I also think you're proud when we used to work for you in Animal Crossing. I just remember we got the business to attend to. I got to make sure everyone has a nice new place to come home. After all that came in smashing, I can't see the other word, so I'm just going to assume he meant to say bludgeoning. What do you mean by we need a home? Is Animal Crossing coming this way? Yo, Animal Crossing! New Animal Crossing is coming out 2019 for Switch. So, granted, are they not going to show us gameplay? That it? Yep, that's it. So, So, I mean, okay. I mean, it's just like, eh. Hold on a second. All right. So, okay. So, as far as Nintendo Direct went, I would say it went okay. I mean, definitely had some surprises, especially when they announced that Final Fantasy 7, 10, 2, 9, and 12 are coming to Switch, which I think this is the first time. I mean, I know Final Fantasy 7 was on original PlayStation and you can get it on PC, but it's definitely the first time it's coming to a Nintendo console, which is really gratifying for some. For people like me, it's just like, I mean, it's great for them in terms of like a business decision, but me personally, I'm not really sure. I think I'm going to be more excited to get games like Warframe, Diablo 3, Dark Souls Remastered, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, which I suspect my cousins will probably get as a Christmas present. I'm not saying that to be a dick. I'm just saying with the past two Smash Brothers games, like Smash Brothers Wii U and Smash Brothers Brawl, my cousin, you guys might know Andrew from some of my other videos. Like he and his sister Anna gets us the new Smash game, so there's that. Smash Bros. Ultimate College is this fall? I mean, okay. I'm looking at Nintendo's website, by the way. Are they going to come to my former school? Nope, they're not. Oh, wow. Anyway, let me check. Like, I just want to see, are they going to do cloud saving for Dark Souls Remastered? And I seriously need to go use the restroom after I get done. So, Nintendo Switch Online launches September 18th, just like we said earlier. Yeah, they said that Splatoon 2 and 1-2 Switch. Why 1-2 Switch? You can't see, you can't play online with 1-2 Switch. But yeah, they're basically saying not all games will support it. So I mean, it's just typical Nintendo. It's kind of like Apple, where when they use something people don't like, they just give a statement and that's it. Like, you know, I guess you could say it's a very slacking form of public relations, but whatever. I mean, having some cloud saving is better than none, I guess. But I'm gonna guess that Super Smash Brothers is not gonna be a game that will be considered for cloud saving because you'll be able to play online. So overall, no, I would say it was an okay Nintendo Direct. Nothing too surprising aside from maybe the Final Fantasy announcement. But it had I'll give it credit for at least clarifying when is Warframe coming out, when is Diablo 3, what's the window for Yoshi's Crafted World supposed to come out, you know, the time window for that game. So if we, you know, it was a Nintendo Direct more so to clarify some things rather than to make big announcements. So, okay, as my headphone falls off. So this has been Blood and Bobby. Please post your thoughts down below. Did you like this Nintendo Direct? Did you think it was lacking? Are you one of the many people that are like, give me Animal Crossing? Please let me know all your thoughts down below. And thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you in my next video.